Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dean and I'm the director of FEMA. As you are aware, Hurricane Bob has hit Vermont and has left devastation as it passed through our state. We've seen approximately 11 inches of rainfall in Vermont after the hurricanes passed through New York. Riverbanks are overflowing and have washed away roads, roadways, bridges, and even parts of the state are being left to fend for themselves. But don't worry. The President of the United States has declared a state of emergency for our area. We are aware that more than 250 state roads have been closed. We do understand that this is almost every major road in Vermont. Many have been washed by the streams or blocked off by runoff from the hills and mountains. Some things that we are not used to when we face flooding from these type of storms are flood waters. It is very important for you and your children to not drink or consume any of the flood water outside your homes. Potential diseases and bacteria will be thriving in these waters. It is important to remember that our sewage system is below ground and may be overwhelmed with the amount of water that has fallen on our state. This means human waste may be in the water. In addition, if you have a vehicle and you think you can drive, do not cross flowing water. Flowing water can move a vehicle with only 4 inches, and we've stated that we've received 11 inches of rainfall from Hurricane Bob. Also, running water has deteriorated most of the roads and have created many unsafe conditions. As mentioned, I'm with FEMA. We will be setting up temporary lodging for families that have lost their homes. We have also partnered with the National Guard to assist in getting you the help from getting to from your house to these temporary housing sites. At these sites, we also have the National Guard handing out ready-to-eat meals and other form of hot meals to sustain nutrition for you and your families while we rebuild our local communities. Local public service members, such as firefighters and police, will be patrolling the area to help evacuate people in need. All of our resources are being directed to search and rescue, along with providing security at our temporary housing sites. All medical personnel will be focusing on the elderly and infants. If you are experiencing minor medical conditions, such as allergies, common cold, mild fevers, we ask that you remain calm and treat yourselves or let the bug run its course. If you're experiencing these common medical conditions and do not see improvement after 2 days, then seek medical attention. Expect longer than normal wait times, as our priority will be to assist the elderly and the infant. Our main public concern for this situation is bacterial infections from floodwaters. This is why it is important to remain out of the water as much as possible. If you are exposed to this water, we ask that you wash and sanitize the best of your ability to reduce chances of infection from bacteria that may be present in the water. As mentioned earlier, the population most at risk is going to be the elderly and the super young. This is why we are directing all medical personnel to care for these patients first. Medical inventory will be limited, and we are ensuring our patients that need medication are receiving what they need to remain alive. Other populations that are at risk is anyone living in lower elevations throughout the state. Water will naturally pool to these lower elevation areas. We recommend, if you are in a lower area, try to stay with friends or family that are more elevated than you. Signal public rescue teams, or if you're able to make your way to these temporary facilities throughout our state. Do not attempt to make your way to these temporary facilities if there's flowing water. Wait for us to come to you. In addition to these floodings, some long-term effects that we may see are water damage throughout our state. If you remain in your home, make sure you have good ventilation throughout your residence. If the building materials, furnishings, or other personal effects remain wet for extended periods of time, mold will be a risk. Inhaling mold spores can result in many medical conditions. One of the most common conditions is known as asthma, which is a lifelong ailment. Once again, I'm asking you to stay calm. Help your neighbors. If you're able to, wait for rescuers to get to you. Flooding has caused major damage to our state. Power lines, gas lines, waste systems may have experienced damage and create additional hazards that we have not yet mentioned. If you smell gas, report it. If you see down power lines, avoid them and report it. Stay out of the flood waters to reduce exposure to human waste and other viral and bacterial possibilities. Together, we will get through this, and we're doing our best to get to you and assist you in any way you need. Stay tuned for more public service announcements as information needs to be passed. Once again, I'm Dean, I'm the director of FEMA, and we're working to save you. Thank you.